heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for liking our content and channel. Today, we are going to talk on an interesting topic of planets in the last degree. But before that, if you want to listen to this audio or any other audio, in that case, please do subscribe to our Spotify channel and you will be able to listen to not just this one, but many other audios there. So, today we will know that a planet in the last degree, does it give a good result? Does it give bad results? And if it does, why so? How so? Though it has been stated in the classics that the avasthas matter, but we need to look at the chart in a very composite manner. And as I read in a Western astrology book, that planets in the last degree have a very peculiar characteristic. They can either give you huge amount of what they specify in your chart. If they can be ruler of 8th house, they can be the ruler of 6th house, whatever. So they can give you those in huge quantities. If they're ruler of the 5th house, they can give you many things in that side and that character also. What they can also do is may not just give you anything at all. In such a case, how is it possible? It is very important for us to give or to be very careful about the nakshatra that planet is positioned in. Now, when we're talking about the last degrees of a sign, there are only 4 nakshatras, 4 planets that own nakshatras posited in the last degree of a sign. Starting with Sun, Mars, Jupiter or Mercury, and continuing in the same order throughout the cycle. Only these planets have their nakshatras posited at the edge of a sign. So they are the planets that hold sway over the planet which is sitting in that nakshatra and have the ability to dispose of with the good or the bad results. And if these particular planets, be it Sun, Mars, Jupiter or Mercury, very well placed in their respective signs, houses, everything needs to be considered. The chart needs to be considered in totality, but the placement of these specific planets have to be given an extra attention. In such a case, the planet will be able to give much of its qualities. So when would it give? It would give during the dasha, antardasha of either of the planet that is the Vimshotri dasha lord of that particular nakshatra. For example, if a planet is posited in the last degree of Kritika in Ashwini Lagna, then the placement of Sun is very important. The house that it rules and the place that it is placed will give us a defining result as per D1 about that planet, and whether it will be able to give us a good result or not. So a planet in the last degree for sign either delivers a lot or leaves all the desires unfulfilled. And how do we know that? As a planet in the last degree of a sign prepares for moving outwards to the next sign, it may deposit everything that it has gathered so far in its journey from 0 to that 29th degree into that particular sign, or may carry forward all its accomplishments into the next sign, and probably in whichever lifetime it comes in the next sign in the chart, it will then deliver it there. So that planet will definitely have the ability to give you the gift of all that it has collected, or it can just show you a very, very empty box. It can show that it is so full and yet not give you anything at all. So let us take the chart of Sylvester Stallone. In Sylvester Stallone's case, we can see that moon is in Chitra Nakshatra right at 29 degree 41 minutes. So it's within that 1 degree that we're talking about, right at the edge of the sign. And moon is also the lord of the 8th house of transformation. Moon is also the lord of 8th house of devotion. And Sylvester Stallone always said that the more he became devoted towards his religion, towards his God, the more he grew up in life. So the journey, and moon is in the 10th house, definitely. So the devotion and growing up professionally, here we see a very strong connect. Now, what is the nakshatra? The nakshatra is Chitra. Let us see whether there is definite connect between how this Mars, the ruler of Chitra, would dispose of with his two Sylvester Stallone. But just before we move there, let's not forget that Chitra Nakshatra is all about your art, craft, your skills, and your ability to dispense with your skills beautifully. And we know Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, synonymous with beautiful acting and his persona on screen. Mars, which is the lord of the 5th house and 12th house. 5th house is celebrityhood. 5th house is recognition, and 12th house is worldwide recognition. 5th house is your fine arts, it's your skills, it's your virtual medium, be it films, be it videos, anything, and it's also your acting. And 9th house is your Purva Punya. 9th house is also your name and fame, and it is also your blessings. So when this Mars is so well disposed as a lord connected to the trines, so very well disposed that it does have huge amount of ability to give whatever this moon is supposed to give. During its period, dasha antardasha, this Mars will definitely give a lot to the concerned person. Another example that we can take is of Rajneesh Osho. For Rajneesh, Jupiter is exalted in the 3rd house, is the lord of the 8th house and the lord of the 11th house. 8th house is sexuality. 8th house is transformation. 8th house is sudden gains, and 8th house, as we saw last time also in Sylvester Stallone's chart, is also your devotion. It's your deep down sadhana. And Jupiter is the guru. And here it is placed in the nakshatra of Ashlesha, and the lord here for the Vimshotri Dasha is Mercury. Mercury, first of all, is also in the 8th house, and it is in the sign of Jupiter. So there is a strong sambandh or a connect between Jupiter and Mercury. Also, it would do us good to know that Aslesha Nakshatra has got to do a lot with sexuality of a person. Rajneesh was one of those people who propagated that the absolute, the all-empowering can be reached by overcoming sexuality through sexuality. And he has written so many books, he has written so many articles on that topic, and how to go about reaching your ultimate. Also, he as the 11th lord, there were so many gains in his life. The 3rd house gave him oratorship and very strong writing skills. Jupiter is also the lord of the 11th house. He's supposed to be one of the most influential religious leaders or cult leaders of his time. So we see that a strong connect between the planets, or we see that if the planets are very beautifully placed to each other, if the nakshatra dispositor is very strong and has a connect with that planet, then definitely this gives a lot of gifts to the person. This planet gives a lot of gifts to the person on his or her way out. Till we meet with you again, don't forget to write to us, comment, and to let us know how you found this video. Also, please subscribe to the channel and like and share the videos. Till we meet with you again.